once again just before we go live. This is Division 1 of ETF2L Premiership Season 30. See, ETF2L Division 1 Season 13. I'm even confusing myself right now between UV Gaming or UV Ninjas versus Elemental Violence. It's going to be the ABC Tuesday crew of Arcs, Beat and Comedian bringing it to you live as it pans out. So if you have just joined us, you just missed a heavy fight, a one-on-one heavy fight, no doubt, actually, for who chose the colour, and Commander X shut down Ace, not just a little bit Arcs, he had him on the ropes from the start and he couldn't get off.
So, Beta, is it safe? Is it safe? Because, see, all I need is a yes.
Yes, it's safe, we can do that in a minute, but hold that thought.
Yep.
So here we go. This is VanillaTV bringing you Elemental Violence versus UV Ninjas. Granary, Division 1 ETF2L, Season 13. Arcs, Beater and Comedian bringing it to you. And Arcs, take us away.
Right, okay, so just seeing where the Demo Man are coming in. We do have Zethzio taking the standard route while Hitman's going up top, which is, well, for a while now, also a pretty standard route at the moment. And all of the Elemental Violence players grouped together in that corner, just getting overhealed. Two aggressive soldiers jumping over, haven't really dealt too much damage, and actually Warhuer goes down. And UV Gaming, they were sitting on the point, but great play from Ethug there, pushing back Blade and getting a kill over on him, and it was Blade who's a soldier, so I was wrong on that one. But it looks like Elemental Violence have a strong position, but the medic of Whiteglow is sitting up on the crates, which is going to give him the option to fall back if they put pressure on. And, well, instead, Elemental Violence opt to fall out with a medic, soldier, and a scout.
Yeah, highly contested middle there. Ace gets away with his Uber. War very weak at the moment, so he's going to flick it back to him. They're just sitting outside of that second point at the moment. And in fact, I'm just trying to see. They have actually come in already. Sorry, they have actually come in already. I don't know who forced that Arcs. Did you see who forced that Uber?
Well, the soldier just jumped ahead then, but actually this didn't. This is a really confusing fourth battle here because UV Gaming, they pushed in, and then half of their team fell out because they didn't think they were going to push in, and Elemental Violence should have probably held their ground but didn't, and they fell back and had to push back in, and in this moment in time UV Gaming pretty much failed the push. They have got a lot of time on there, so I'm just wondering if it is going to be open for some sort of back cap.
Well, they haven't hanged around. It's Headhunter with his medic on mid-arc, so I was just watching where he was going to go. He couldn't decide what to do. You can see now that UV have got those spawns. Just going to see if anyone comes jumping in. No, in fact, it looks like Elemental Violence. They managed to get all the rest of their players to mid. I'm very surprised at that. That could be a sign of too much respect from UV there.
Yeah, well, as I said, on that fourth push, they started to push in, and the Demo Man started to back out. So they went in on that push without a Demo Man. But Elemental Violence, they fell back thinking they were coming in, and it was just... I think both teams are showing too much respect here. But either way, the Scouts have been Ubered pushing through, but he's targeting the Scouts. He's not going for the medic. Counter Uber's been popped with a good 70% advantage. Scout, however, is behind them. Great play by Ethug there, luring the team back. But unfortunately, Elemental Violence have lost too many players to really hold this yard. Shrike goes down as well to the stickies of Hitman. But that Scout's still behind them somewhere. He is actually leaving out the drop down, and there is a soldier which he might catch off guard if he does decide to fall out there. Nope, he is still hanging around. He's actually going to be going back in now that WG has been taken down. And yep, in come UV Gaming to try and defend from just that single scout. Yeah,
very sort of up and down contention of the battles at the moment. I noticed some of the medic very admirable-esque, you know, poor decision making, poor movement. But we can talk about that later. But right now, Elemental Violence just regrouping on that midpoint, trying to get that Uber back up at the moment. Whiteglow only at 10% though, so Ace has a huge 50% advantage. That is because he went down very early compared to Whiteglow, and I guess we're just going to see a bit of intimidation here, because they might be able to walk onto the point easily here. They look like they're going to try and come through the little door. As in fact, they've switched back round to the right side. Uber is ready to rock and roll, as we see Shrike rocking that original. It's going to be Zeph onto the point first. He gets Ubered in. He's going to go straight after medic. He knows he's weak. He gets baited out. He gets flying. Still going on. Whiteglow's taking a lot of fire. Whiteglow is taken down. Blade is down as well. They do get that 4 point and blocking out that third back cap, as Arcs called it. And right now, though, with two, I think I believe it was a scout on that third point, they might actually walk onto last arc, so they're going to do it. They're going to walk onto a last, and there we go, 1-0 the score to Elemental Violence, 25 minutes remaining.
I mean, I did like the decision from Redzz to go and get time on that middle. They've done it before, and it's led. Actually, no, that was E-Thug for Elemental Violence who did it before. But you can bring a lot of players back with you. The problem was that it was an Uber versus non-Uber push, and they were always going to struggle to hold that fourth point. And especially with how aggressive they Elemental Violence pushed there, they just had no chance to even come in for a block to try and finish that cap off. So either way, on to round 2 now. Do have an aggressive scout of a Headhunter sitting up top. He's surely going to get taken down though, as he has overextended a bit. And well, Elemental Violence not even coming into this midpoint. They just peeked their heads in and just went, "Hey, we've got a 1-0 lead. Let's just hold that for the rest of the game."
Well, it's welcomed UV to come out. Redzz has managed to get through that choke point on the left-hand side. Commander X takes a lot of fire as well. In fact, Redzz has managed to get behind. He's going to get some time on point here. If he steps on, he may draw some players around back from that area. And in fact, it's drawn both the soldiers back. So surely UV are going to come through the choke points now. And they have. They come through the middle choke point. Soldier and Demon both go flying. And Shrike's taken down by Feynman, Commander X. A little Elemental Violence, very, very defensive here. And they're going to lose this their second point. And of course, UV's fourth point. And they're losing bodies all over the shop art. This is going to be a very quick round. E-Thug, the only one remaining, and he is finished off by Hitman, so it's going to be 1-1 the score. That was a minute and 30-second round.
Yes, very, very fast there. And I think that, well, UV, they could have done that quicker. They their scout obviously came in, got a lot of time over on the point, distracted them, came back, but again, UV started falling back to mid, and I think the comms were a bit delayed, like, no, you can come in, I've taken them back inside the point, at least claim the yard here. But they still got the point, so it does not really matter. So going on to round 3 now. Demoman spam from Hitman, they're dealing quite a lot of damage, but he's down to half health already. Ace goes down as the first loss for Elemental Violence there, and E-Thug goes down. 2 soldiers synchronized deaths right there, and we have 1 scout and a Demoman who's forced to fall out of the point. Whiteglow just about to get his Uber, and they are leaving 1 scout on this midpoint and continuing the push aggressively through the yard.
Again, great play by UV NINJAS or UV Gaming on that midpoint. They locked in Elemental Violence into that right corner. They just got locked in. And Redzz eating up Zeph and Headhunter. So that was the Demoman and Scout. Uber went down, so WG got taken
not
down.
Get this. UV are not going to get this with that heavy alive, and without that Uber push, they basically ran forward full of confidence. Thinking, hey, yeah, we're just going to get Ubered right in front of this heavy, so we don't need to even play cautiously. But the sniper of Warher, yeah, just... how am I going to even say his name on a regular basis? Yeah, he got the headshot over onto WG, and then they realised that they were point-blank range against all of these spammy and massive hit scan dealing damage classes. And, yeah, they stood no chance from then. So, great play and, well, a great lease of life for them, really.
So there we go, still 1-1 the score, 22.5 minutes remaining, still very early days. UV now just setting up for the defense. WG has managed to build his Uber rather quickly, which is interesting because they're just building up the damage in the back right corner. Warrior, however you want to say it, is running sniper still, so he's currently sitting, I'm just finding out where he's sitting. Yeah, so back right corner, the standard place to sit a sniper. Going for the shot, and the soldier misses that first shot. Will he get the second pip? He does take him down, so he gets the body shot on him. Obviously helped by his sort of failed jump. Still looking for that pick on the medic. I'm going to stay with the sniper at the moment. Both medics with their Ubers at 100%. And in fact, Elemental Violence looking like they want to go on the aggressive arcs.
Yep, so they are making their way over into this point now. However, it does look like UV Gaming, they do have the Uber, but they're leaving it really long to block. Uber has been popped for Elemental Violence here, and Medic's really weak, so WG is going to go in, but are they have managed to block the cap. Soldier and Demoman now chasing the rest of their players. There is a lot of time on there though, and I swear I saw a Soldier coming in behind. He's going to finish that cap off, which is great play from him because UV were just pushing with force. However, they are now losing too many players, and they're only going to have 1 player and a heavy spawning on last here. Demoman has jumped in aggressively to fight him, and with the backup from his scout, they're going to take him down. 3 players now on the point. The respawning demo of Zethzio is not going to get there in time, and, well, UV 2-1 the score with 21 minutes remaining.
Yeah, 2-1 this... 2-1 the score. If you have just joined us, this is VanillaTV with Arx, Peter and Comedian, the ABC Tuesday crew from VanillaTV. And this is ETF2L Season 13 between Elemental Violence and UV Gaming. It's going to be Granary and Gully Wash to the best of our knowledge tonight. Let's hope they don't disappoint us. And this is going to be round 4. Let's just see how it pans out this time. So, again, UV, actually, in fact, UV getting the slighter worsening position in this time. Shrike's the first loss for Elemental. Efa goes down as well. Zethzio as well. So, again, Elemental Violence losing players all over the shop. Headhunter as well. So that's both Scouts and the Demo Man down as well. And, of course, Shrike. I'm just trying to see what's going on here. Warrior still getting isolated. And, in fact, Ace goes down. So Warrior is the only one up at the moment. He manages to pick up the med pack. He's still retreating. How is he not dead yet? He's going to go back up for the big med pack as well, if he doesn't fail his jump, of course. And they've got that midpoint Arx. Let's just see if they've forgotten about War, and maybe he can come in behind the medic. Soldier has just jumped up. It did look like he had an opportunity there, but he does get picked down, isolated against the little wall there, and Blade coming in, taking down E-Thug, but in exchange he does go down. And so now we do have a... Well, the Uber's been popped. Elemental Violence don't have their Scout is chasing over onto the medic. Demoman doing its best to try and defend him. Scout comes in of Headhunter to defend, defend the Demoman there. And there is just one soldier and a sniper. Sniper's being overhealed. He's going to be actually quite hard to take down, but no one's making their way forward to the capture point. Other Scout has spawned, and a Demoman is also jumping over. Redzz with double headshot over onto Headhunter. Really, third headshot to Warha, yeah. And Redzz finally gets taken down, but that's surely going to be enough to win them this round. Yeah. Shrike comes in to try and block it as well. It's not going to happen. So Hitman, with the help of Whiteglow, of course, great play by Redzz as well, getting a triple spree of headshots. It's almost like he stood there for eternity, taking aim at the first Scout. I mean, personally, I may have gone for pistol there, just because I was just so far away. If I was a Scout so far away on the sniper, but nevertheless, it's all history now. 3-1 the score, and Elemental Violence need to swap it up on mid-arcs. Take us through it.
Yeah, so let's see what they're going to do differently. They are still opting to come in through that left-hander entrance if you're going from the blue side and jump in, but this time the rollers weren't there from Hitman, so that's allowed them to get out onto the point. Ace has gone down, but WG, is he in under any pressure at the moment? It looks like he is going to be able to fall back. Scout goes down off Redzz, and there is just a medic and a Demoman. Soldiers jumping around, does get a nice hit over onto the medic. Medic's really weak, does get taken down. Just the Demoman alive now, and he gets isolated. And we do have one Scout capping this midpoint, which means the Soldier and Demoman are going to get over onto this fourth, and, well, they might have a chance of capping this one out here as well. Yep, and a wipe Arx, and a wipe. That was the first one. Yep. So first wipe. Elemental Violence ticking over the point quickly, of course. Commander X trying to go up top to block as well. Nothing happening there. Just going to stay with him at the moment as he turns around to see what the rest of his team are playing at. Redzz running sniper, only interesting part, and of course they're running heavy as well, Arx, so they're opting to sort of do this what I call the full defensive strat, not even caring about obviously trying to break out. They're just going for full defense only. Yeah, that's it, and we'll have to see how this works for them. Granary, though, it's not the hardest map to push out without your Scouts, because your Scouts are very vulnerable on that fourth point. So you can push out with heavies, but it's just the extra capture time that blocks the spawns. Soldier goes flying in, gets instantly annihilated from Feyman with help from his medic there, but Elemental Violence getting nice time on there with a Scout. That means they're going to have to group up there. Demoman, however, of Zethzio was retreating. He has jumped over in onto the point, but the Uber's been popped and he had to make a quick air strafe. He might get picked by the sniper here. We'll have to see. Demoman is also chasing him. Demoman gets a nice sticky and has pushed him out into the corner. If he had chased him, he would have killed him for sure. But he obviously didn't know. He couldn't see through walls, so, well, we definitely know that Hitman is not wall hacking. Alright, so good defense Arx. We didn't really talk about that there because we were following as they pushed out. They're going to try and hold on to this second, though. They did manage to recapture that. Sorry, I didn't notice that. Of course, I thought they were going to come back and contest it quickly. Only distinct point right now is that Whiteglow building his Uber very quickly, as the majority of these players are very weak. As a Soldier comes jumping into him, taken down in the air by Hitman. Our air shot.
Warrior eating the pipes as he tried to dance around, but they're going to try and come back out now with that Soldier down, but he will get the front spawn Arx. They do need to be quick. Yeah, this is it though. I'm wondering if the Demoman of Hitman there
shouting for his medic, turning around to get a follow, does take down Zethzio, and this counter Uber's going to have to be popped. Well, Uber versus Uber is popped at the moment. The flank, however, there is a heavy there. He's just about half health. A scout is flanking him, and he's overhealed. So, but the Uber comes in just to save him in time. And now it does look like Elemental Violence, not Elemental Violence, well, Elemental Violence are retreating out. But I mean, UV Gaming are pushing out aggressively. They are, well, they're going to force them back here and start getting time on this midpoint. I wonder if they can chase their Commander X going up top to try and deal some damage. They've overextended though, they've lost their 2 soldiers, and with the extra respawns that Elemental Violence are going to get, they're just going to come in and crush them. That was disastrous.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely they're being baited forward here, and they went for the bait, they carried on following it. Only advantage is that somehow, magical play by Whiteglow, and of course he's Demo Man and Hitman, they've managed to escape back all the way back to their second point. I'm surprised they managed to do that. And he does have that Uber ready to rock and roll arc, so they won't be able to roll on to the second as easy as they defended the third.
Yes, exactly. So just let's see what angle they do decide to take. Zethzio watching over on that right door at the moment, just sticking out there in case anyone tries to peek. I'm just wondering if UV Ninjas are going to try and make a push out onto this Soldier of Blade, caught with a sticky, and Uber has popped. Let's see, the counter Uber has been popped, Soldier jumping up behind them for the time being. And a scout, in fact, both their scouts getting caught out in the garage. 3 players down for UV at the moment. Soldier trying to do what he can, and he's doing a good job, actually. He manages to take down the Demo Man. But, well, just Medic and Demo alive. Medic's going in for Ubersaurs, misses the hit, and Hitman, well, let's, you've got a lot asking of you.
Yeah, they're going to surely just take this last point quite easily, as we do see some players get the spawn. But it's not going to be enough, so 3-2 the score in favour of UV Gaming. 14 minutes left, Arcs. We never did this before, but who's your money on then?
Well, I would have said UV from the start. Just I think I'm a bit of a UV fanboy. But there's no Reko, so I was going to say that this game would be a lot closer, because I feel that Reko and Redzz would just be way too much for them to handle. For Elemental Violence, that scout combo, and well, Redzz definitely proving it right. Richie there is going to town on them as well, but as we say that, Elemental Violence now losing 3 players on the mid. Soldier's also going to get isolated for sure. Gets taken, nope, still alive, there we go. Finally gets taken down, and Ace, the only one not surviving, as he craters somehow, or in fact, I don't know how a medic can crater against a scout, but he did.
And it was a wipe, Arcs, it was another wipe. So, they're going to surely be able to take this 4-point quite easily. Blade actually being Ubered onto the point now as well, with the help of his Demo Man of Hitman jumping to make sure that no one gets the front spawns.
They're going to get out, maybe,
they have managed to get out, in fact. Ace taking down Blade, so he's going to have the Ubersaur on that. That's 25% additional. And in fact, they've overextended as well. That was a counter wipe, trying to defend it. So there we have it. Almost like an impossible to amazing defense, Arcs. They're going to recapture that second as well, and with that Uber nearly at 80%, they may be able to just force them out of mid quite easily if they Ubered early, and maybe. Yeah. What do you think? So maybe send
hold that
a soldier and a scout.
Commander X on the back cap now as a soldier. He did jump around. That's going to force some players back. Now, are UV going to respond to that? It's quite hard for the scouts to be able to deal with a soldier in this point. He does take that one down. Blade also coming in. Taking down Headhunter at the same time. Commander X does go down, but the Uber is popped. And UV Gaming, they're in a good position to retreat here with their medic out top. Commander X saying outskilled for about the 5th time this game. And to be honest, I want to see him get owned for that, because it's a bit rude.
Has allowed the rest of his team to come forward, Arcs, though, so maybe he won't be eating his words like you want him to. We'll see in a moment, but here we go. So just watching what the Elemental Violence team set up their defense now. Both Ubers just roughly right. In fact, they do have a slight advantage. That is, of course, UV Gaming have a slight advantage. Whether they know that, let's just have a look. And they do know that, because they're coming in up top very quickly. Uber's popped very early. Soldier of Warrior, yeah, would have called it. But right now, with Ace only at 97%, 100%, so he does have it, uses it straight away, manages to survive long enough, has cost them 3 players. I imagine UV will have to retreat and recycle, though, Arcs, with that before they lose too many players. But hold that fort. Demo Man and Soldier and Scout all coming in as a unit round the left-hand side. And they do make it 4-2 the score with 11 minutes remaining. And Commander X, yet again, says outskilled. And would you say that was outskilled, or just I don't know, luck?
That was outskilled, but it wasn't by Commander X. Hitman there, timing his jump to perfection. And the second the Uber ran out, he was firing stickies over on that combo. He just, well, read the situation well, and great aggression on that last push from UV Ninjas there. So going on to round 7, 10 minutes 40 seconds remaining. Let's see if Elemental Violence can claw back these 2 points to tie this game up. Soldier have played there, pushing aggressive, didn't take too much damage on the way there. Headhunter had to come around the back and take him out, but Redzz takes him down in return. And let's just have a look at the Scout and Soldier for Elemental Violence here. It's only Warha, yeah, and I don't know, he might be able to get in. Demoman has read the situation that he could be coming through that door, and he is not making his way up top.
Nah,
but,
yeah.
he is staying out there ready to try and get an Uber force on
no,
them.
he's going up top, mate. He's going up. Has called him, and Redzz comes in to finish him off, so maybe wrong decision there from Warha, yeah, but nevertheless, he did die. Let's see what Elemental Violence are opting to set up the defense. I'm just watching Efog, he's all the way on last at the moment. Are they even they're even going to bother contest this second? Yes, they are. So the rest of the team is sitting inside. Just look at the Ubers of the medics. WG at 100%, he doesn't want to drop it like Admirable, so he'll want to be using it very early. In fact, hasn't been forced out of him just yet. Medic hiding round the corner as one of the soldiers goes aggressive, trying to get around the back. Blade's so weak, surely going to get taken down. No, he doesn't. Manages to finish off Shrike there. Shrike will not be happy about that. Uber is finally popped. Ace still doesn't have it. He takes a huge rocket. He's so
rollers,
weak.
3 of them.
Oh my god, he's finally taken down. Blade and Hitman at the cost. So UV all over this last point. It's only going to be the Demoman of Zethzio. He doesn't manage to hold it. 2 scouts sitting on point, and there we go. 5-2 the score. 9 minutes remaining.
Oh, those rollers were like pipes then. The medic was completely trapped. And that was again outskilled by Commander X, as he said on the in the game chat. But again, not Commander X there. It was Hitman yet again. So we are going on to round 8. 8 minutes 45 seconds remaining on the mid fight. This is just fast-paced action from these 2 E2F2L division teams here. Division 1 teams, I might add. And 2 soldiers again from UV. Blade pushing really aggressive. He is just going for that medic. This time the scouts do take care of him, but they haven't taken care of the scout. Oh yes, they did. Well, actually, Shrike took care of him, and it looks like UV failing so far on this mid push, and this might be a chance with the team of 6 players to get another round back. We'll just have to see as they make their way through just out into this yard area. They do have the Uber. UV Gaming do also have their Uber, so oh, those stickies are really awkward. They're going to have to take their time and shoot those out the way. Yeah,
I was just watching that from above, a bird's eye view then, and it was almost that UV do favour to double rocket jumper. Hold that for Ace has Ubered his players onto the point. Counter Uber coming in from WG. That is Whiteglow trying to force him back out. Ace is isolated here. He's going to get stuck, and he does get taken down. I'm not really sure why he decided to go back in. Maybe he went after to try and save Shrike. Shrike coming in onto WG, who takes a massive rocket from him, but he has survived. Warha, yeah, goes down courtesy of Richie Feynman as well. So Zethzio and Headhunter, the only ones up for Elemental Violence. And Headhunter, look where Headhunter is sitting. So I wonder if he's just going to wait for them to push out and maybe try and go for the back cap arcs. And has he been called? Sorry, no. Here we go. So Headhunter just sitting behind a moment. He's met a scout. He's met a scout. So Scout would have called it now.
Soldier
There's a soldier
there
as well. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. He may be able to finish off
that
the Scout.
Scout's really
though.
weak.
Yeah, he may be able to finish him off.
The control point is being contested.
We're just both got quiet. There we go. So he's taking care of. We're like, oh. So Ace and Warha, yeah, the only ones up again for Elemental Violence. UV just capping out that midpoint with just over 6.5 minutes remaining. UV could be looking to make the score 6-2, or they will be looking to make the score 6-2.
Yeah.
They might be.
They just made a little mistake there, though. They left one player capping the point, and that did allow pretty much the entire team to get those spawns. Uber's been popped as well forced, and Ace still holding on to his. They have, however, lost their 2 soldiers, and Scouts coming in to, well, put some pressure over on the medic. Does manage to force the Uber, so now they've got to keep the remaining players alive. But, well, they're doing a good job of this at the moment. WG falling out over... No, actually, in fact, he's up top in the second point with his Demo Man, and if they both jump on that point at the same time, they're Well, they're going to think it's only a scout coming behind them, but no, they are opting to fall back to middle. No, they're not. They're just, wow, they are confusing me.
Let's just see if they survive this. So both soldiers there. Shrike goes down, as well as Warher. Yeah, so that does mean Elemental Violence have got to come back. They did not get the block. Blade coming in slightly too late there. So that does mean the combo of the Medic and Demo are now behind. Will this allow the other combo just to carry on pushing forward? I don't think so, says Commander X. Taking down Zethzio. Ace goes flying. Ace manages to pick up the med pack. Tries to fly away using from the stickies, but doesn't manage to ride it. And there we go. Again, Elemental Violence losing players on that mid-fight. And it just hasn't worked for them so far, Arx.
The one time when Commander X can say outskilled, he doesn't say it because that was him. He did a whole lot of damage on those players there and, well, basically managed to take on the whole team. Jumping Soldier coming in from Warher, yeah, onto the Medic. Point blank does force the Uber out. WG not willing to risk that other rocket when he was at just over 3/4 health because it probably would have killed him as well. So that is a bit of saving grace for Elemental Violence here, but they do need 3 rounds in under 5 minutes, and they are pushed all the way back to their last at the moment. Commander X dealing some damage out, Blade getting taken down, one scout of Rayman overhealed, but there is a scout over on the point, no one paid attention, and in comes Redzz, captures the point to bring the score 6-2, and pretty much unreachable now for Elemental Violence.
Yeah, that time remaining does mean this map is sort of over. I'm not sure if they would have thought I'm not sure if they would have thought that the scoreline would be this huge, but from what I've seen Elemental Violence playing so far, they just seem to be a bit stuck on this midpoint. They seem to all come out of the same corner. In fact, they've done it again. And let's just see if the 2 soldiers of UV again opt to jump over to the corner and lock them in. Shrike, Ace and Efug again all go down courtesy of Hitman, Redzz and
nice.
Feynman. They're losing players all over the shop. Only saving grace is Warher, yet manages to take down WG. That is Whiteglow, but that is a wipe for Elemental Violence, capping out that midpoint as well. I think they need to revisit that midpoint for them. They will be looking to take away the first 2 rounds though. The 6-2 the score Arcs. I guess 2 rounds on the board. They did sort of play a little bit better before this, well, once the game started, but they seem to have faded out as the game has gone on.
Well, that mid-fight, it's interesting because Hitman is spamming over just some rollers, which is just delaying the Elemental Violence soldiers from coming in because they're always taking that left route. And then the UV soldiers are coming in from the right-hand side, jumping aggressively, and it's just they're hitting the whole team as they jump in. They didn't really do that on the last round, but they didn't need to. And I guess I better get back to a bit of the action here as a scout was on the last. Just trying to cap it out. Demoman of Hitman coming in, trying to do some extra damage, but in fact now we have Redzz on Sniper again, got 3 kills before, and he's trying to fight against the scout of Headhunter. Point blank range, does get a little body shot on him, goes for the machete for another one, but doesn't manage to get it in. Headhunter takes him down. But it's bought enough time for these spawns. We do have one scout of Ethug capping on this 4th point. Commander X getting taken down on the last, so that certainly wasn't outskilled from him. And now with the heavy against all of these weak players, this is just going to be well, they are just going to mow them down here, I think.
Hold that thought. Headhunter coming onto the heavy.
I was wrong.
Takes down Blade. You were wrong. Right now, it seems to be all for one, and basically everyone doing whatever they want. There's no sort of motto after that. It's a bit messy really right now. Everyone seems to be going in one at a time. They know this map is already finished. Headhunter manages to get him behind onto Redzz again. He does take him down. He's not going to do anything about the heavy, so he's going to fall out. Shrike coming in behind Hitman as well. So there we go. Shrike manages to break out of that upper area. I don't think they're going to be able to get out much here with Blade running heavy though, Arx.
Well, no, they might just wait for their team here. They do have 5 players sitting around near to that heavy, and I mean, Elemental Violence probably going to want to try and see if they can get around on the board here, but with that heavy coming in, no medic alive. Demo gets picked off of Zethzio. Uber has actually been popped, which is going to be a free Uber since Ace is no longer healing. Has only just started. Soldier jumping in, over onto Ace, bounces him once in the air, misses the air shot. That was Commander XA, he does get taken down. A bit of time on that point, on the last point now, there was a bit of a back cap, but UV scoreline 7-2 in their favour, and well, 1 minute left. This is just going to be a bit of a... Actually, no, it's a win difference 5, isn't it?
Win difference 5, yeah. So there we go. So it's going to be Gully Wash coming up in a moment. This is VanillaTV with Arx, Beta, and Comedian bringing you Elemental Violence versus UV Gaming, ETF2L Division 1, Season 13. And just for the record, we have always called it as we see it. Okay, so if a player chooses to alias, a player chooses to alias.
Indeed, indeed.
It's always been our rule.
If they want the fame, then they need
Change
to
their name.
help a caster out.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not playing a game of who's who. So, it's up to you guys. Anyway, Gully Wash coming up. We're just going to take a quick break and we'll come back to you.